for these heritage learners, I say 99% the students, the heritage learner in this course, they started unevenly. So it's really hard to assess, how much progress. I can only say progress because I have a goal in my mind. What do they need to reach at the end of the course? But how do I assess their progress? It's a problem because some will start really higher level than others. So easier for me to see the progress in the lower level students, harder for me to see the higher level. So for me, the way I assess is because I do have a lot of writing assignment. So I will see how much within the assignment, how many new vocabulary they're willing to use. Because as I said, they like to stay in their comfort zone. They like to use simple language. They know it's correct. They don't want to venture out because they're afraid to make mistakes. So my assessment usually is how sophisticated they can be when they're doing the writing. Because we have a set of vocabulary from each lesson, and they're supposed to use it. And for me, because they are assumed at a stage, they're still trying to memorize all the characters, try to write a basic sentence. So the composition, I don't ask too much the structure. As long as they can write a sentence down, as the basic grammar is correct, that's fine. But the vocabulary they can use. So, and these vocabulary, sometimes in the course, I would spend some time explain. I don't teach them how to read this vocabulary, but I do correct their pronunciation. I do tell them how to use this vocabulary because some vocabulary, they give you English definition, but actually it doesn't use that way in Chinese at all. Yes, this is what it means, but you don't use the same context in Chinese. I will teach them the differences. That's what I talk about. And I will see some students really want to, expand their vocabulary, then I will know he's trying. That's how I assess the progress. We do have a lot of quizzes. We do have a lot of tests. We do have a lot of speaking. We do a lot of individual report and the group project and the classroom. So all these I look at it holistically. Yeah, I'm still thinking about a more effective way to assess them. Especially I want the student to do the self-assessment. That's important. They call it what's that word? Anyway, making a portfolio for yourself. What you can do, what you cannot do, that kind of thing. I start giving them questionnaires, but I want to develop more. And the last turn I did it with, what can I do now? What I know now. Those are good, but that's still very vague. You have to ask the right questions. Sometimes it's all about asking right question because some question could be, they can answer really vaguely. Yes, I know, but how much you really know, right? So that's a big topic. I'm still working on that.